Well, guys, we need to talk about quite possibly the dumbest illegal alien here in this country. Now, folks, we know that the deportations are happening, but they're mainly happening for people that are actually on the radar of ICE. Now, if you are an illegal alien, man, you have no plans to actually self-deport. Why would you actually bring attention to yourself? Like I said, guys, this woman is probably the dumbest illegal alien out there. I don't believe she was actually on the radar of ICE or Homeland Security. But guess what, guys? Now she found out. She found out big time, and it seems like she's going to do probably a decade in prison for what she did. It's absolutely astonishing, guys. Maybe just because she's in the People's Republic of California, she thought, oh, nothing ain't going to happen to me. Nah, big mistake, big time mistake. Now, this lady, man, said that she was actually kidnapped by masked men and then brought to ICE. And she said that ICE forced her, or at least tried to force her, to sign self-deportation papers. But that's a major problem, guys. None of this happened. Now think of this, guys. If ICE actually truly got an illegal alien into custody, do you think they were actually going to release her under the Trump administration? No, absolutely not. But the Democrats, man, like Karen Bass, they got played. They believe the hoax, man. This woman, man, came up with a huge stunt to scam people out of money. Because once she actually got, quote unquote, kidnapped, her daughter started a GoFundMe and started raising money. But guess what? Once everything actually came out that this was a hoax, GoFundMe took it all down. Yeah, I think more than just this one woman needs to be held accountable. Probably her daughter too, man. Considering her daughter raised money off of this. But folks, we live in the modern age. And guess what? There's cameras everywhere. Sometimes guys actually watch these shows like on the ID channel or something like that. And there's always like a case where a suspect goes to a Walmart and they buy something. And when they buy something, there's cameras in there. Also, when they exit, there's cameras on the outside. Cameras can catch everything. And guess what? Modern technology made her find out. Let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Right over here, Mexican woman in U.S. illegally charged with faking her own ICE kidnapping. How dumb can you be? Says here, a Mexican illegal alien living in Los Angeles was charged with orchestrating her own fake ICE kidnapping to generate sympathy and solicit donations, the Justice Department announced Thursday. Julia Beliz Calderon, 41, an illegal alien in South Los Angeles, was charged with conspiracy and making false statements to federal officers, the DOJ said. Calderon had been living in the U.S. based on a federal law enforcement parole that expired in 2023. Yeah. She is in federal custody after she allegedly faked her kidnapping. This comes after local outlet KTLA reported on a news conference held by Calderon's loved ones and attorneys who claimed she had been kidnapped by uniformed men. Yeah. But we got video, guys. There was no kidnapping. But she says by uniformed men in unmarked cars on June 25th. Let's go ahead, guys, and watch this clip here from CBS News right here. You guys are going to be astonished. Let's play it.
Woman whose South LA family claimed she was detained in an immigration raid is now accused of staging her own kidnapping. She is facing several federal charges, too, and a decade in federal prison if she's convicted. KCAL's Rachel Kim shows us how the feds say they unraveled her case.
This South LA mother of three who claims
You saw that, man. They playing this. South LA mother of three. Nah, an illegal alien. And by the way, she's 41. She looks like she's 71 in this photo.
she was abducted in an immigration raid on her way to work, has been charged with staging her own kidnapping. The Department of Justice says 41-year-old Yuriana Calderon is charged with conspiracy and making false statements to federal officers.
So there was a lot of things that didn't add up.
On June 30th, Calderon's family held a news conference 5 days after she was reportedly kidnapped at gunpoint by people she said were bounty hunters in a Jack in the Box parking lot in downtown LA. The family's lawyer said Calderon was able to call them and said she was taken to the border in San Ysidro, where she was given self-deportation paperwork. The lawyer said when Calderon refused to sign and demanded to speak with a judge or lawyer, she was taken to a warehouse and was held there until she agreed to sign the paperwork.
I called that attorney with the Immigrant Defenders Law Center for comment on the charges, but she hasn't returned my call yet. I also stopped by the center to see if we could get more from them. Their communication strategist told me they're aware of the charges, but have no comment.
The Department of Justice said after that news conference, Calderon's daughter set up a fundraising page to generate sympathy and solicit donations. Meanwhile, federal agents confirmed Calderon was not in immigration custody, so they began searching for her. 2 days later, they say they tracked her down in a shopping plaza parking lot in Bakersfield. They say she stuck to her story, but investigators say they have proof that Calderon staged her kidnapping.
Eventually, looking at the Jack in the Box security video where she didn't appear to be under any distress whatsoever, she was just walking around by herself and got in her car and left, checking on the phone records. It certainly was apparent to them that this was a hoax.
Prosecutors say the family planned to have another news conference to get more donations from the public.
We take these sort of things very seriously. We'll prosecute to the fullest extent of the law.
Calderon is now in federal custody and is expected to make her first court appearance in the coming weeks. If convicted of all charges, she would face a maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison for conspiracy and up to 5 years in federal prison on the false statements charge.
Yeah. You guys saw that right there, man. This woman has messed up big time. Big time. And by the way, the woke mayor of LA was pushing this lie. I believe she actually deleted this, but the internet is forever. Karen Bass puts out, she's a mother from LA. No, she's not. She's an illegal alien from Mexico. Taken out of a car on her way to work, and then held in a warehouse as officers hope she would self-deport. No hearing, just fear. This doesn't make anyone safer. Yeah, but the whole thing is a hoax. It's a hoax. This woman has now found out. Found out. And by the way, GoFundMe put out a statement here. It says that, oh, look here. Says Fox News obtained a copy of the criminal complaint against Calderon, which was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. An affidavit filed with the complaint alleges that Calderon and others planned a hoax kidnapping for their benefit, including their own pecuniary gain. The affidavit says that Calderon's daughter set up a GoFundMe page to raise $4,500 after her mother was, quote, taken by masked men in an unmarked vehicle. A GoFundMe spokesperson told Fox News Digital that the page was removed and that the family did not access any of the funds raised. Good. Quote, GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform or any attempt to exploit the generosity of others, and cooperates with law enforcement investigations of those accused of wrongdoing. The spokesperson said, adding, quote, this fundraiser was removed from the platform and the $80 raised was refunded. They only raised $80, folks. At no point did the organizer have access to any of the funds. The GoFundMe giving guarantees donors a full refund. In the rare case, something isn't right. Yeah, video showing Senora Calderon not being kidnapped. And was she actually working at Jack in the Box? I'm curious about that. If she was working at Jack in the Box and she's an illegal alien, someone needs to talk to the franchise owner. I don't know if she works there or not, but her employer, somebody needs to talk to that employer right there. Because this woman has been in the U.S. illegally for a couple of years. That parole, whatever she was on, expired in 2023. Yeah, this whole thing was a scam, folks. It was a scam. And now she found out. She found out, folks. Boy. And you know what? This is what the Democrats, man, this is what they're going to justify right here. A mother of four, the local news, a Los Angeles resident, no, an illegal alien that scam people, that stage a hoax. This woman is the Mexican Juicy Smouye by doing this. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.